What is going down, guys? Today we're talking about why I switched from Canon to Nikon and went from 8 lenses to 3. Let's get started. As a wedding photographer, the day is packed with a lot of action. You know, when you're running out from the getting ready photos to the ceremony, from walking down the aisle to the first kiss, there's a lot going on, and having time to switch lenses can be time consuming during the day. So when I was shooting Canon, I had 8 lenses. I had a 24-105, I had a 50, I had a 35, I had an 85, I had a 70-200 2.8 IS, I had a fisheye lens, and I'm sure I had a couple other lenses. I kind of forget them all because it's been a while, but it was bananas. I had so many lenses in my bag, and I felt that every other moment I was switching lenses all throughout the day unpurposely. And I wasn't a true master of 1 to 2 lenses. So when I switched to Nikon, this is what I did. I only bought 3 lenses, and out of those 3, I only shoot with 2. So right now, the first lens I have right here is the Nikon 135 f2. This lens is one of their sharpest lenses that they have, and this is my new telephoto lens. Now before you comment down below, Jeremy, that's technically not a telephoto lens. It's less than 200 millimeters. You're fake. Well, let me tell you what. The 70-200 is about this big. It is 3 times as heavy and way bigger. However, I can get a very similar killer compression with this lens without having to carry something that's huge. Now, I'm really taking a minimalistic feel to how many lenses and gear I'm bringing to the wedding day. I really want to be productive on the wedding day so I can master 3 lenses rather than 8 and not be a true master of all of them. Now, this is my new telephoto lens, and it's great for images when I'm doing this. Usually I'll pop this on for candids, the entire ceremony, while I have another camera on me that's a 23 millimeter, which is equivalent to 35. Now, the second lens I use all the time is this. So this is the Nikkor series Nikon 1.4 50 millimeter. Now, every photographer has this lens. However, it's still thebomb.com. Come on, guys, it creates amazing bokeh. This is an amazing portrait lens. So when I'm doing portraits of the couple of just them two, or if it's really low light and I'm doing they're coming out with all the candles and stuff, or if it's really dark at night and we're doing any night photos, or really where I want the ambience of the room with natural light, I'll bring up this lens. Of course, I don't have to tell you guys this lens is amazing, because as a photographer, you're bombarded with amazing videos talking about why this lens is killer, so I'm just gonna skip talking about it. So that is the middle lens. Now, you're probably asking, Jeremy, why don't you have any zoom lens? So I have the Tamron 24-70, and this bad boy gets used 5% of the day on a wedding day. I rarely use this lens. Usually I'll use this lens for first dances. I'll use it for big wide shots, maybe for family portraits, but usually I can get away using my 50 if there's enough room. And then maybe for, depending on the aisle of the walking down shot, then I'll pop this on so I can get really wide and then get close up while they're walking down the aisle so I can switch. And then I'll put my 135 on for the entire ceremony, and then right before the ceremony ends, I'll switch this back on. However, as a wedding photographer, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of versatility going on. So to have a lens that you can quickly throw on and get really wide and get really close up, you need this in your bag. However, you can get away not bringing it to weddings. I've shot a couple weddings down in the States or down south where I would actually not bring this at all. And most destination wedding photographers only bring versatile lens because you want to cover as many focal lengths as possible, but I'm kind of opposite. I'd rather just bring my 50 and 135 and just shoot on those 2 lenses all day rather than bring this lens, because this is not the lens I use to capture the photos for my style and my brand. These 2 lenses are really the only 2 lenses I use to capture photos that really get the feel of what my couples are looking for and why my brand is why it is. Because since I only shoot these 2 lenses, I've really mastered them. I know the compression, I know what aperture to use to get the certain look I want. I know how close I want to get up, and you start to notice that when you shoot on the same 2 lenses for all your photo shoots. Now, when I was shooting Canon, like before, I would shoot the first part of the ceremony on an 85, and then I'd switch to 70-200, and then I'd go to the 24-105, and you're not becoming a master of any of those lenses. It's all over the place, and you're carrying a bunch of gear in your bag, and it's a lot heavier, and it's more hectic, and it bogs up your brain when you really just need to focus on capturing beautiful memories for those couples that you're being a part of. Now, I love gear like the next photographer. I love it. But it comes to a point that you just need to master a couple lenses and just get to the point. You're an amazing wedding photographer and you need to be the best photographer ever. So like I did, I'm kind of getting bored of the 50mm. I think I want to change it up. So I might be experimenting with a different lens to replace my 50, maybe even a 35 Sigma Art. All right, photographers, I hope you had a great day. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask them below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why I switched from Canon to Nikon, from 8 lenses to 3, but really 2 because I don't really use the third one. But have a great day, guys. Talk to you in the next one.